Oh man, we're in Seattle with my girl Alana.
Welcome to Seattle.
And so this Seattle, for real,
This is
rainy,
Seattle.
You know, it's cold, but it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful city.
Where are we right now?
We're in Pioneer Square.
Pioneer Square.
Which is like south of downtown.
South of downtown.
As you can see, it's like an older neighborhood in terms of like factories, warehouses, but I like it down here. There's a lot of good stuff down here.
So fireside chat.
Fireside.
You know, we in Seattle. We're coming from all around the world, which you are from New York, so you're used to traveling.
Yes.
As a leader, Black woman founder, you know, diversity and inclusion specialist, doing your thing. Like, how is it living in Seattle, coming from New York?
It's different.
It's different?
Different.
Different.
But a good different.
Okay.
I like Seattle, but I think Seattle has pushed me.
Okay.
Seattle has made me get out of my comfort zone of East Coast and what I'm used to. But I've had a good time. I've been here a year. Okay. It's been a good year. But it's just East Coast and West Coast. You know, LA, Atlanta, it's different.
Totally different.
It's different vibe and culture.
And being in tech, and that experience in tech, like, what's the difference between those two worlds? What have you seen different about the East Coast versus the West?
In terms of tech?
Tech.
Honestly, I feel like everyone's getting it. Like
everybody's
tech, everyone is trying to do the best in tech. Everyone's trying to build the best products, have the best jobs, make this paper, because there's a lot of money to be made in tech. But I feel like people are just about it. Like, no matter what coast you're on, people are passionate about tech and they want to get into tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as a Black woman co-founder and a leader, like, I think that, what are you passionate about?
A lot of things. But I'm passionate about making a space for people to access resources, have the right jobs, and build wealth. That's what I'm very passionate about. So that people behind me, whether you're Black, Latinx, people of color, have opportunity to build and grow and provide the right resources for our communities. And I think that, to me, that is like the future of tech and where it's going, and that's why I am in this space. So,
money earning Mount Vernon. Take us back to New York.
My
You're
hometown.
a New York girl. Your
I'm
hometown.
a New York girl. Yes.
Like, what was life like that for you growing up as a young Black woman, and how did you, end up where you are right now? Like, what was the journey?
To me, New York was I think New York is the best place to grow up, personally. No offense to anyone else, but New York, to me, is the best. It's the melting pot of every culture, people, language, food. Like, your exposure so early on is just like, you see the world in 4 blocks, right? And growing up in Mount Vernon, which is like the suburbs, but we're like 15 minutes from Manhattan. So you have concrete jungle and then grass and trees, right? So it's an amazing opportunity to see everything, and I feel like I was exposed to a lot at an early age, and I was just curious about the world. Like, I was just reading every book I could and like learning about people, and that has shaped who I am as a person and what I think is important.
So you have the New York swag.
Do I?
You have style.
You gotta tell me, do I have the New York swag?
So
even in Seattle?
So did you get style while you were in college or in high school? Where did you, because that's a good part of like our culture.
Who we are. Well, high school I wore a uniform, so I couldn't really do nothing. Only my shoes, that was the only thing I could show. But college, I started doing a lot of dressing. But I come from my family, if you see my grandmother, style. 93, she is wearing heels still at 93.
At 93.
Killing it, yes. So I feel like style is just an expression of who you are and what's important to you. So I feel like for me it was college where I was like, oh, I can actually like put on my own clothes and I don't have to wear a uniform, and I can try things on my hair and do all these different things that have led to like who I am right here, standing in front of you.
And you're very connective. Like, when we met you, you were very connective. As a leader, are you very connective as a leader? How do you lead in your organization?
I'm hands-on, very hands-on. So I think for me, being a leader, there's 2 things I think about. One, I want to connect with my team and make sure they know me and I know them. But also, I make sure I'm around people who are smarter than me. Like, I don't really want to be the smartest person in the room because I'm not growing if I'm the smartest, right? I need people around me who are feeding me with ideas and helping me understand and shape. But I think as a leader, that shows your ability to sometimes step aside and help others grow, and shows your vulnerability, because I'm not supposed to know everything, right? Like, no person is supposed to know everything, but as a leader, I make sure that I'm cultivating others, and that's part of my leadership style.
And it's just who you are.
Yeah, it's just really who I am. Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Carnegie Mellon.
Pittsburgh.
That's
a big boy school.
Big boy school, yeah. They took a lot of my money, too.
So tell us a little bit about your time there and you know, are you still living from that learning curve of being in that school, or have you shifted a couple of times in different industries? When you left college, where did you go?
So I actually was on my way to med school when I left college.
Okay, med school.
Was applying to school, and I was like, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like, I knew the journey to be a doctor was long, and I was like, if I'm not passionate about it, I need to get off this path now. So decided that I didn't want to be doctor-patient, but that I wanted to do more stuff on like a macro level, and went back to school and did a degree in healthcare policy. So that was like kind of shaped me, but through that, going to public policy school, learning about education policy, healthcare policy, like all the things that shape our world and the systems that we talk about, has really led me to want to do this diversity inclusion work. And diversity inclusion is just systems, it's just policy, it's how we practice our day-to-day lives, it's the companies we partner with, what we're doing in communities. So for me, it aligns perfectly with just where I'm at.
So you co-founded an organization, Communities of Color, Coast to Coast.
Yeah, C2C is what we call it.
C2C.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about C2C.
So C2C was started when I was living in DC. A couple of my best friends and I put together this organization that focused on Black women and what it meant to be a Black woman in corporate. And we felt that a lot of companies were only focusing on Black people as a monolith instead of the intersectionalities of like what it means to be a Black woman, what it means to be a Black man, what it means to be, you know, transgender and Black, right? So we decided to focus on Black women and how do we help each other lift and climb through corporate, whether it's through, you know, how do you play the corporate card game? How do you network? How do you get mentors that don't look like you? Just all the things we know to make you successful. And to this day, it's still going. We have a bunch of people in DC who are still in the group, and they reach out, and we just built this network of Black women who are just killing it and doing great things.
And you're one of the Black women that's killing it.
Thank you.
So salute to you. So what does it mean to be a Black woman in corporate?
So I think I was saying pride, but also responsibility.
Okay.
And I think about Kamala. I just finished reading her book, and also, you know, she was sworn in last week, about her mother always saying, you could be the first, but don't be the last.
You could be the first, but don't be the last.
Don't be the last. So
what does that mean?
I feel like for me, it's just opening opportunities. Like, make sure if you're in the room, you're taking up room, you're at the table, so that the next Black girl behind you or the next woman of color has an opportunity too. And that's how I feel in corporate. I'm just trying to make space so everybody can get in. Yeah.
That's so incredible, and I think it's so important because there's a movement around Black women making space for each other,
absolutely,
collaborating. You know, transparency is the new currency.
Yes.
And
I agree.
You know, you have a opportunity that's presenting where you will go back to New York. Like, what's the exit plan leaving Seattle? You've only been here for a year. Like, this is Seattle. Like, talk about that.
I mean, I think there's a lot in Seattle. Seattle has a lot of potential. It's only going to continue to grow. New York feels like home to me. Like, there's just something about New York and the energy and being able to have that platform to continue to do the work that I want to do.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity because, you know, you did a lot. Like, talk about your transformation. And I feel like you're ready. Like, I feel like you're ready to step up to that plate, you know, and open some doors because it's an opportunity that you know, most of us don't have to go and open up like a whole section of PayPal and do your thing. So what does that mean to you?
Ready it's scary at
times.
Is scary?
Okay.
Imposter syndrome is real.
Yeah.
It you know, when you get into these spaces, you're like, can I do this?
Yeah.
And I can, right?
Yeah.
But it's just that mindset of like, I'm not supposed to be perfect every day and every moment. That's why I'm learning, right? But that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Okay. So when opportunities come your way, it's like, I got to take it. That's the next challenge. It's the next step in my journey. Yeah.
So if you was talking to your younger self,
what
would you say to the young woman, you know, headed to college?
Yeah.
What would you say to her?
I would tell her to just go after it.
Go after it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, because I think too many of us are afraid. We get comfortable. And don't get me wrong, change is hard. Like, it's scary. It's scary. But you can't hold back. You got one life to live, and I'm trying to make this life the best life that I can live. Yes.
And you living your best life. What does that look like right now for you? Because you know, you're living your best life. What does that look like right now?
I feel like my best life is happiness. It's peace. There's I feel like a spiritual centeredness right now. life ebbs and flows. Like if you would talk to me in 2020, 2019, those were some valleys, but now I feel like I'm ascending a peak. Yes. So I don't know, life is just, it is what you make it. Yeah.
So any, last thoughts of encouragement to young Black women? Because when I sit and I talk to a leader, someone who has, went through the education system, now she's in corporate, and she has an organization that's for the community, what do you say to young Black women?
I say to young Black women that we are the future, like literally, we are the future. And I think when it comes to the things that we want, we have to go after them, whether it's the pay, the job, like just do it, right? Okay. And I think about, I don't know if have you ever read Michelle Obama's book, Becoming?
My mom has.
You gotta read it. You gotta read it. It's so
I watched
good.
it on Netflix.
Oh man, no, you gotta read it.
I gotta read the book?
Read the book, highlight it.
Okay.
Because there are things that she talks about being a Black woman in corporate. Okay. Some of the same things in terms of imposter syndrome. And one of the things she said is that people are not as smart as you think they are, right? Wow. And like you are in these rooms for a reason. So I would just say to Black girls, like you deserve this. Like go for it. Ask for the money. Add tax to the money, like go after all of it because we deserve it, absolutely.
So we're in this fireside chat.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about this restaurant and where we are right now, and give some shout outs to a couple of places. If someone is in Seattle, what are some of your spots? Like where are we right now?
So we're at Trophy Pizza.
Trophy Pizza.
Trophy Pizza has, as a New Yorker, I think they have some of the best pizza in Seattle.
Okay, we at Trophy's Pizza right now. And we got the manager, Finney.
Finney's in the back.
Finney's the manager in the back.
And
so
then
we in Seattle, we come to Trophy's Pizza.
Trophy Pizza and then Burbs. If you're a burger person, I think they have some of the best burgers.
Best burgers, okay.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Any other like just 2020 like what's the future? Where's the future for you? What do you see? We're in a different time right now, so it's 2020. What do you see
in my future?
Yeah,
I see so much.
You see so.
I feel like honestly, I see there's a metamorphosis of my career. Like there'll be places I'm gonna write a book. I want to have a TV show. There's so much stuff I'm trying to do.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm evolving. Constantly evolving. Transformation every day. If you're not transforming and evolving, you're not doing something right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We wanted to make something happen, and we're gonna stay connected.
Yes.
This is beautiful energy. This is just about a conversation, affecting community and spotlighting Black women who are change makers.
Yeah.
And so, your work it affects people. So thank you for sitting down with us, and we're going to continue this conversation. We're in Seattle. We're around the country, so communities of color from coast to coast. We want to get involved with that a little bit more, and just continue to do the work you've been doing. Continue to do the work you've been doing, and stay fly doing it.
Stay fly, right with my shoes, my New York style. Yes, stay fly. Yes.
Wrap it.
All right, thank you. That was good.